All right, next they're going to give you the location of a point and some information in the picture, and we just need to get the polar form. Well, the r we pull right from the picture. The r here is 5. The theta is not the 30, and it's very tempting to say, oh look, there's my angle right there. But we need to remember that when we rotate, we're always supposed to be starting facing the 0 direction and then rotating around to where that hypotenuse essentially is. So my theta here my theta is 180 minus the 30. Because I didn't quite rotate around a full half circle, I'm 30 degrees short of that. So my theta here is going to be 150. So my polar form this time would be 5 times cosine 150 plus I sine 150, or 5 kiss 150. You do not need to write both forms ever. You can pick one or the other depending on what you like and what the situation is. So this time we are looking at a different point. This time we're in quadrant 4. And so we have our r right off the bat. R is 6. To get our theta, I need to remember that I'm rotating all the way around. So not quite a full circle. My theta is going to be 360 minus that last 45 that I didn't quite rotate, which here would be 315 degrees. And so when I write my polar form this time, I end up with 6 times cosine 315 plus I sine 315. Or the short version, 6 kiss 315. All right, the next we're going to look at 2 examples back to back here of what if you start with polar form and we want to get to rectangular form. Rectangular form again is just a plus bi. And really this is going to boil down to a little bit of number crunching and a little bit of unit circle. If I have 5 times the cosine of 45, I leave the 5 alone for now and I'm just going to my unit circle. The cosine of 45 degrees is the square, the square root of 2 over 2 plus I times the sine of 45 also is the square root of 2 over 2. And then the only thing left to do to simplify this out so it's just a plus bi is distribute that 5. So I end up with 5 square root of 2 over 2 plus 5 square root of 2 over 2 times I. And you could leave the I in front, that wouldn't be wrong. It's just most common to write it as a plus bi with the I coming after. Okay, let's try one more. This one's in radians, but otherwise not that much different. So I'll leave the 4 out front. Oops. And then I'm multiplying by the cosine of 5 pi over 3. The cosine of 5 pi over 3 is 1/2 plus I times the sine of 5 pi over 3 is negative square root of 3 over 2. Then all that's left is to distribute. And this time my fractions are going to disappear because I have a 4 and I have halves here. So I end up with 4 times 1/2 plus 4 times negative root 3 over 2i. But 4 times 1/2 is just 2. And when I take 4 times the negative root 3 over 2, I again get 4 over 2. So I'm going to end up having a negative. And then I'll have 2 root 3 with my I. And that would be my final number in rectangular form.